it's just kind of crazy where he tried to put an ultimatum up, and then the whole industry goes with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can't mess with her. I still can't mess with her. Even though she was right, I still can't mess with her.
Real life. It ain't real life. Just a real life street Starz. You know what time it is.
First and foremost, for those who don't really know you, man, just give them a brief history about who is Gu.
Yeah,
What you do?
And what do
you do?
Because there's a lot of artists that might need to, hey, this the one y'all need to pay attention to, because we're going to go through there.
I mean, I consider myself a publishing expert, you know. I've been doing this probably for about 20 years now, but I've gotten better as the years gone by. I started off with an artist named probably Nature, and couple of other guys, started taking people to court. I just started progressing, you know, started doing my own thing. Got with the DMX estate, and you know, people know me for that, the Big Pun estate, and you know, I started getting clients. Probably after I took Fat Joe to court, I started getting a lot of clients.
Got you.
Yeah.
So let's start there.
Okay.
You took Fat Joe to court. Wasn't that like Pun's like best friend?
It doesn't seem like it to me, but I mean, you know.
Oh, let's break it down.
Yeah, because we all remember when Pun's mother was in the street, like almost about to be homeless.
What do you mean? They got her. She got arrested for robbing 2 banks.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, some shit we didn't know.
No,
yeah.
Break it down.
Hold on.
I'm not saying that she was guilty for it, but she did get arrested for robbing 2 banks.
Right.
Unfortunately.
And she did that
out in Florida.
And she did that because of the lack of money.
That's what it seems like. Yeah. That's
Got
what
you.
it seems like. That's the alleged story, you know. Sorry to say, but you know, I'm here to tell the truth about whatever. So, you know, I mean, you could Google it. It's public information. So don't hate on me.
Got you. So let's go through. We're gonna walk through a couple of these cases.
Absolutely.
Big Pun. You know, a lot of people revere Big Pun as one of the best Mexican rappers, Latin rappers, whatever you want to say, of all time. Like a lot of people have him at that standard, right? And Fat Joe was the one that ushered him into the game. What happened? Take us through. Number one, how does the publishing in his scenario work? What was it?
I wasn't there, you know, for the whole time of what happened. I popped up around 2009, but I do know the scenario. I mean, according to Liza, after he passed away, Joe was telling her that, oh no, he owed me money. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, a bunch of fake royalty statements started to come biannually saying, you know, you're in debt, you're in debt, you're in debt, you're in debt. And then for about 14 years, from about 2000 to 2014, fake royalty statements was coming out.
2000 to 2014?
Yeah, fake royalty statements were coming. And but Joe used Jelly Bean Benitez as a publisher. Jelly Bean Benitez was Madonna's ex-boyfriend from the early 80s. He produced a bunch of Madonna records back in the early 80s. He remixed, he DJs now.
Gotcha.
He became a publishing, he's pretty good in the publishing business. So he kind of like specialized in recruiting Latin people, Latin writers. But basically they were sending her fake royalty statements. She used 3-4 lawyers before she met me. One was super popular, was telling her there was nothing here, basically. Once I got the royalty statements, the same stuff that they had, it probably took me like a minute and a half to see the deception. I called her up, told her I paid for the case, paid for the auditor, took him to court. You know, Joe was all over the radio basically saying, I gave her $750,000, I gave her $250,000. I told the bitch, enough's enough. Everybody bought it and believed it. You know, he has the big platform. He could call Envy or all these other people and go in their radio station and be like, look, she's lying. And, you know, she can't do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was like DMing her, bitch, get a job. He got you money for a hair salon, all this stuff. It was all lies. And mediation, we had him admit that he never gave her $1 in his life.
Oh, so he didn't give her no
Nothing,
money?
not $1 in his life. He never gave her, period.
Damn. Well, how does, okay.
So I mean, go on.
For those who want to scam, how would they get that off? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to do it, but I mean, you just can't be that greedy in a royalty statement. You know what I'm saying? You got to put maybe 80% truth in there and 20% lies or something.
But how
you
do
know
you
what I'm saying?
get?
But the whole statement was a lie. You know what I'm saying?
But how did he get that off though? Like, how do you get a fake statement and pay nothing for 14 years?
I mean, usually estates don't know anything, and they're going to believe whatever comes to them. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. I mean,
But at some point they got to cash the check though, right?
What check? There's no check coming. It says that you're unrecouped and you owe $300,000. And then the next one, and then the next biannual might say, okay, you owe $300,000. The next biannual 6 months later might say, oh yeah, you made $8,000 in royalties, so now you owe $292,000. So it's a slow drip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for 14 years. But like I said, took him to court probably September 2014. By the time I think March, we were in settlement by the time March 2016 came. He was in mediation, and I mean, according to him, there was never a court case. He was on Drink Champs and other platforms, basically saying, I went to court and the judge said, "What are you doing here?" And I walked out. He basically went on the platform saying that there was no court case. I don't understand that. Then you got Miss Jones, who was on the platform also saying, she was on Drink Champs also saying that Big Pun gave her all the publishing, and that the wife and family owned no publishing. And I was about to sue the whole gamut, but the only reason I didn't is because Noriega, because I like Noriega, I didn't want him to get involved. So I mean, the only reason they didn't catch it
was anybody
is
else
because of Nori. Honestly, they should thank Nori.
Right.
Honestly, at the end of the day, because I like Nori. He has nothing to do with this. But the only reason I didn't put fire on them is because of him.
Was there anybody else that spoke out besides his mom or Big Pun? Big Pun's
wife?
Yeah, was
Nah,
anybody?
she got no support. She got zero support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She got zero support. There was nobody there for her. Oh well, I think DMX might have talked to her a couple of times, but not to like give any money. She wasn't expecting that, but like, she might have spoke to one or two people, and said, "Oh, I see what you're going through," or something like that. I think Little Kim might have reached out to her one time or something like that. But all the other guys that was Pun's friend before Joe, and now they're friends with Joe, I mean, they just let him lie. A lot of people, I noticed a lot of these guys like to be lied to, and they don't want nothing to be involved. And when you see she's in a homeless shelter and stuff like that, there's nobody, even though she got vindicated through court, still nobody reaches out to her. You know what I'm saying? Say, "Oh, my bad," or "I see what happened," or anything like that. And then you know what else Joe did?
What?
This was crazy. So after we were trying to do a Big Pun movie and stuff like that, right? And basically, we were like, hey, let's get Joe involved. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be bigger with Joe. If you do it without Joe, Joe can get all these other people involved and make it real big. That's truthful. You know what I'm saying? But he was basically saying like, well, if you go on Instagram or if you go out there and tell publicly that I never stole from you, then I'll work with you. Otherwise, I'm not working with you. She's like, why would I do that? You stole from me. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted her to change the story up. You know what I'm saying? So then if she did do that, now all people are going to be back on her ass in the DMs and telling you bitch, you lie, and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. But I don't understand how people just let him lie. Because not only that, people were calling me saying like, oh, you never took him to court and you a bullshit and stuff like that. And like what I do is like, I look at it as an art because it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he's messing up my art at the same time. So I got to be vocal about, I got to be defensive about my work. You know what I'm saying? I can't get slapped in the face about this. This is truthful. Everything I'm saying is true. It's a fact. You could read the court documents. I mean, he was in mediation. He basically said that he never gave her $1, zero. So the $750 he was talking about, he lied. The $250 he's talking about, he lied. As you see now, people are starting to see that he lies a lot. But I don't understand why nobody reprimands him. None of his friends, at least I don't see it. I mean, he's like a Catholic priest, bro. He's untouchable.
I've seen some people get on his ass before. I forgot.
Yeah, but not people of status like him, equals?
Bro, 50
No,
Cent.
not be like people he's wrong. Like I believe like rappers that were under him at a time on Terror Squad, they would be like, yeah, you beat
Cuban
your wife.
Link.
Cuban Links.
Yeah, Cuban.
Cuban Links.
Yeah.
I got on his ass. He was
Yeah,
like,
no,
yeah, you
Cuban,
beat your wife. You
I
don't
mean,
do it.
He has nothing to lose. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's not he's not friends like all these industry guys like that. You know what I'm saying? And he went through his own drama. You know what I'm
Right, for
saying?
sure.
So he's out there telling the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even want. It's crazy. I wasn't gonna say his name because I didn't even think you would know who he was. But of course,
No, I talked to him. I talked to Cuban.
So,
I talked to him the other day.
So, can you disclose how much you were able to recover?
Well, when we did the audit, okay, this is the funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did the audit, we had to get discovery, all right?
Right.
Inside the discovery, went back from inception, all right? So the beginning of his career, whatever, of the publishing situation. We found 2.3 in the discovery, but it was more money than that because when Jelly Bean gave the statements, it would go from like, say like there's page 1 to 200, and then there'd be 200 pages missing. There'd be pages 201 to page 399 are missing. So there's like 199 pages missing. Then it goes back at 400. So he was actually like hiding more money where there was more money. He was hiding the statement. But I don't want to hear nobody say, oh, but then Jelly Bean did it. No, they co-conspired in it. And in court, Joe got reprimanded for all the problems, all right? Joe was obligated to pay the bill, all right? So if he says, oh, Jelly Bean paid the bill, if Jelly Bean paid the bill, he made Jelly Bean pay the bill so he didn't look bad. The judge told, the mediation, Joe was responsible for paying whatever was owed to Liza, period.
So help me
These are facts.
So help me understand. So 2.3 million was from what? Just strictly recording?
That was missing in the royalty statements.
Yeah, I'm saying the royalty statements are coming from the actual recordings that Big Pun did.
Absolutely.
So do you think that was a fair amount, or was that not a fair amount that he got? Do you think he was more?
It was more because there was pages missing in discovery. All we did was settle. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. So like, you worked on another high-end case with hold on.
How happy was the wife? Like,
I mean, honestly,
or did she was like, these niggas owe me more?
No, but honestly, it was court was kind of rough some days because I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna say the lawyer's name, but Jelly Bean's lawyer is real good, and he's somebody not to play with. You know what I'm saying? So it was Jelly Bean's lawyer. And Joe had 2 lawyers. So it was 3 lawyers or maybe 4 lawyers versus my lawyer and me just passing off notes to my lawyer. You know what I'm saying? But, there was some nights, some days it felt like, like we were going to lose the situation and, then some days. Because what happened initially was when we first made the draft, in order to have your court case stick in federal court, you have to have a $75,000 value or more, all right? So Jelly Bean did his little thing and, basically he made some story up where it only came up to like 66,000, so it was about to get thrown out. So I had to go back home and find another 10,000, and then get it back to 75,000, so it stayed in court. You know what I'm saying? Then from there we were able to rock on and get the discovery and everything else, and it came up to like I said, we got an auditor. It came up to 2.3, and that was shorts. You know what I'm saying?
Now ask me this, right? We're talking about Fat Joe. We all know Fat Joe's repping the streets, right? Did you ever fear for your life? 2.3 million is a lot. People get knocked out for way less.
I mean, I've had problems before. You know what I'm saying? With other sources. I'm used to the shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's got to be somebody on the right side of history. You know what I'm saying? I can't. What am I to do? If I didn't do this, what kind of situation would she be in right now? You know what I'm saying? Would she still be at the homeless shelter? Would she just have a regular minimal job? Would the kids be, okay like they are now? You know what I'm saying? Would Jelly Bean still be sending fake royalty statements from 2014 to 2025 to right now? You know what I'm saying? And even if she did recoup from the 6 figures it was when we saw it, like, is he only going to be paying her like $2,000-$3,000 every biannual and, more lies in the royalty statement? I mean, who
seeing all this, did it get personal with you? It's just knowing how it was playing out and the things that he was doing?
Well, I mean, I didn't have any interactions with Joe, but I deal with some of his friends on the administration. I help some of his people out that, some of his alumni, let's say, rap alumni. Right. And they just want me to do the job. They don't want me to talk to them. I don't think they want to tell Joe, like, oh yeah, I work with this guy, he's getting me my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just let me do the work. And that's all good, you know what I'm saying? Right. But no, obviously Joe knows exactly who I am. Right.
How do you feel about him? Just
how do I feel about him?
Yeah, you personally.
I think he's low quality. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're gonna leave a family in a homeless shelter over lies. Come on, man.
It's
you
crazy.
Know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't call this guy your brother. What do you think your brother would do to you right
now? So is she still able to recoup from?
Yeah, we got him out. We got her out the picture from the former publisher. With the judge gave Joe shares to Liza. So whatever shares that he had publishing wise and whatever he had rights wise.
That's awesome.
She got it. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
So I mean, trust me, she went from a bad situation to having places in multiple states. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's I heard from her the other day. I mean, She
she
don't have
throw
no,
you-
she
did
has
she
no
ever- did she-
complaints. She has no complaints.
Did she ever hit you and throw you like a little bag? Like, hey, I ain't good looking.
Well, I mean, I got my money back for
Yeah.
what I invested in stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And we actually worked on the audit and stuff like that, and everything's working out. You know what I mean? So, but like, yeah, she's. I mean, put it this way, whether they do a movie or not, she don't really care.
Yeah.
She's good. The kid's good. You know what I mean? She's like whatever. But it's just kind of crazy where he tried to put an ultimatum up, and then the whole industry goes with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can't mess with her. I still can't mess with her. Even though she was right, I still can't mess with her. That is crazy.
Wow.
That is crazy. Like I said, he's like a Catholic priest, man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like definitely in hip hop, man. It feels like there's certain people that it just like no matter what they can't do no wrong.
Just off subject. Do you think like he should be able to say nigga?
What'd you say?
You think he should be able to say nigga? As a Puerto Rican?
I'm
just fucking with
yeah. From the environment I'm from,
Yeah.
I'm so used to it that I don't even. It doesn't even measure in my head that is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Yeah, man. If a white guy said it, but like
Right.
a guy like him, he's so cultured in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember hearing that conversation and they was having with him one day.
And I'm not trying to say he's not a legend. You know,
he's a legend for sure.
he put a lot of work in the business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to discredit him on that end. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, this whole scenario what happened between the pun estate and, I mean, like, I can't even say if it's, like he's managed by Rock Nation.
Yeah, it's tough right there.
I just don't understand, like, so how, they're just gonna let him do what he does. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the money. No one cares about nobody in this business. I'm telling you, like, I might have, during the holidays, I might have loaned 3-4 rappers money. You know what I'm saying? They won't even go to their own friends, their own alumni, because they'll make fun of them. You know what I'm saying? If they went to their man like, oh, a fellow rapper, like, yo, I need some bread. I know you 20 years of this and that. They're gonna come to me, so it's more secret.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna say who this, that. You know what I'm saying? But the other, they're gonna laugh, get on the phone, like, yo, he tried to borrow money from me. And they're gonna be joking for the next couple of weeks over that shit. So like, I just from my experience, man, it's crazy, man.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.